Caffeine is dope. Caffeine is a stimulant and the most popular substance on the planet. 80% of people in the world consume caffeine every day. As MatPat claimed in a food theory video, since the introduction of caffeine, humans have been much more efficient as a species. It actually helped our Western civilization break out of the Dark Ages. That being said, caffeine can cause dependence, and it also gives you the shits. Scientists theorize that in some cases, everyday use of caffeine in a dosage over 100 milligrams can cause physical dependence. Don't get me wrong, as far as addictions go, caffeine wins every single time, hands down. Alcoholism makes you hit your kids. Coke addiction makes you buy a jet ski, move to Miami, get your hair spiked like Guy Fieri, and pass out under a nightclub table with your eyes wide open. And caffeine addiction just makes you slightly more productive than you would be otherwise. God damn. Okay, I'm switching my mask for a second. Here is an incredibly oversimplified version of how addiction works. Humans are motivated to do things that are good for their survival, like stuffing their face hole or sexy time, because of a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is released in the brain following these actions, and it causes a sense of euphoria in the person. You know what else triggers dopamine release? Drugs. Because drugs are easy to do and they give your brain more dopamine than literally anything natural, it's really easy to overdo it. People will abuse these substances and use them all the time, and eventually their brain becomes dependent on this substance for part of its chemical regulation. When the person stops using the chemical, they will crave the substance, and they can go into withdrawal symptoms, and they get really annoying for the rest of the day. On top of this, some chemicals are physically addictive, meaning that in addition to your brain, systems in your body can get addicted to the chemical as well. This is why humans can't have nice things. We take one sip of the brain make happy juice and then boom, we're always like, oh, I wonder what would happen if I did all of it. Someone could make the comparison between different types of caffeine and different types of alcohol. And someone is going to, and that someone is me. First up, we got regular old coffee. The thing I would compare this to is beer. Nothing special, but it gets the job done. And some humans absolutely hate how it tastes until the moment they can no longer live without it. Next, we have concentrated cold brew. I say this is like wine. It isn't potent enough to be compared to the hard stuff, but it still packs slightly more of a punch. Also, for some reason, this type is considered more fancy than its regular counterpart, so much so that people have created a community of hipsters who like to gatekeep the brain go burr juices. No, Brendan, I don't give a shit about the tannins. I don't think that diminishes my experience at all. Straight up, dude, the part you're supposed to enjoy is the drinking it, not the lecturing of your friends. Next up, we got 5-hour energy shots. The obvious thing to compare this to is a shot of hard alcohol. Unless you're a masochist, you want to get that shit down as fast as possible. It's important to note with both kinds of shots that more does not necessarily mean better. It's actually pretty easy to overdo and overdose both. In both caffeine overdoses and alcohol overdoses, you'll projectile vomit into a toilet like a backroom whore, fall to the tiles, then convulse on your bathroom floor. Next up is energy drinks. You got things like Monster, Venom, Bob Ross's positive energy drink, which is actually real and I like totally want it, Celsius, Raze. For some reason, most of them sound like supervillains. This is like one of those 14% canned drinks, the ones where you always see tweakers drinking them out of paper bags. Like a Four Loko. No, literally, Four Loko used to have like a ton of caffeine in them. And then they took it out. Maybe some underage kids died or something. Oh look, a Wikipedia page that says the FDA says that selling a product with both caffeine and alcohol constitutes unsafe food additives, and Four Loko, along with many other brands, had to pull all offending products from the shelf, and it resulted in a black market can trade. That's pretty neat. How the hell did the first recipe for Four Loko get through testing? Tell me their target audience. I know alcohol is for adults, but I have never seen anyone in my life over the age of 18 drink a Four Loko. If you're old enough to buy a Four Loko, why would you buy a Four Loko? Four Loko is what you want to get when you want a lot of alcohol, but you can only fit one can in your pants before the cashier notices you're stealing. If you are over 21 years of age and you drink Four Loko, get help. Okay, so this video devolved into why I hate Four Loko for some reason. Did you have fun? Even if you hated it, you should subscribe to me and hit the bell and drop a like and watch all of my other videos. I got a Discord, sticker shop, social media crap, all in the description. A decent amount of you are from the Salmonella video. And let me just say, If you understood that the point of the video was to show how creepy that behavior was, and that I play a character, thank you. A whole hell of a lot of people don't know what satire is, or they are unable or unwilling to read the many disclaimers that I put in that video. But fortunately, I am quite used to being accused of being clinically insane. One last thing. Are you against human rights violations? You're watching this channel, so I just had to check. If you are, consider lending a signature to some petitions to stop forced labor camps that I'm gonna be pinning in the comments. As always, like, sub, and hit the bell, and I will see you all in hell. Okay, bye.